talking with the good doctor, Dr. Darrell Johnson, Superintendent of School District 50. Back in a moment.
Hi, Dee. This is former Attorney General Eric.
Mountain Dew, man. What we drinking? No soda.
Say again.
Mountain Dew in a second.
Yeah, hit that Mountain Dew, Doc. You about to get fired up, ready to go.
How are you, all right?
I'm good. Devin, when you ready?
All right, back with Dr. Darrell Johnson, making our district as easy as ABC 1, 2, 3 under his administration. Doc, let's go in and talk a little bit about this technology that we got going here under your administration in the school district. Call us again. Feel free to call in anytime. We're just going to continue to communicate and talk a little bit about what's going on under Dr. Johnson administration. 864-953-2335.
You did say technology, and it's important. I can't take any credit for any success we've had. We've got a very, very supportive school board. The school board has been very supportive since day one when I came to Greenwood. And our board needs to be recognized for investing more than $5 million into technology.
Wow. How much, Doc?
More than $5 million.
Over what time span?
In the last 2 to 3 years, we have wired every single facility in Greenwood School District 50.
Wow.
And this year, we rolled out our Chromebooks. More than 5,000 Chromebooks were rolled out to every secondary student in Greenwood School District 50. Every student received one.
Wow.
And in the iPads that we had before at the secondary level, we made iPad carts and we used them at the elementary levels. So our elementary students have pretty much 2-to-1 ratio for the technology, and our secondary through high schools have 1-to-1. Because right now, in 2015, 2016, technology has totally revolutionized how we deliver education.
Right.
And if a person can attain a doctorate degree online, virtual classes, how can we not use the technology? And it's important to note, most of our children in grades 3 backwards down to the 4-year program, technology is all they know.
Right.
They're technology natives.
Right.
So if this is all they know, we have to be prepared for them when they come through.
Well, Doc, let me ask you this then. Throughout the state of South Carolina, where would you rate this district?
I would rate us as being, we're competing, because we've got some districts across the state and who have 1-to-1 technology. They've had them way ahead of us.
Okay. But
as far as the WPEC consortium, this 10-county area, I think we're probably the only ones that have the 1-to-1 technology.
Okay.
And it was important to me that we gave our students this Chromebook technology because we need our students to compete. And our competition is not with Greenville, it's not with Spartanburg, it's not with Rock Hill, it's not with Charleston. Our students are going to have to compete with students from China, Sweden, Ireland. The competition is global. And if they're not ready to compete, they're not ready.
That's right.
And there's no way we can compete without using the technology. And I've seen our students, how they have used the Twitter. I have seen them do the videos. I have seen them use the technology day in and day out. It is phenomenal what our students are able to do with this technology advantage. As a matter of fact, when you go into a classroom now, you've got live, instant feedback on all of your facts.
Is that right?
And we've got some students who are very, very sharp.
Okay.
And I like the fact that they are able to use the technology to make sure that we dig deep. And we have to work hard to challenge them.
That's great. So this district is technology ready is what I hear you saying.
Oh, yes, we're technology ready. But guess what? It's a three-pronged effect. You see, just having a Chromebook is not effective if we don't have the staff development.
That's right.
So we've had staff development opportunities, professional development for our teachers on how to utilize the technology.
Okay.
So you got the hardware, you got the professional development, but we have to keep going back and redoing the software.
Okay.
Because every time you just about purchase a computer, pretty shortly it's outdated. There's something new in the market every day. And we've got the Greenwood School of Inquiry up in Hodges, in which those students are very, very sharp. And I'm talking about an elementary school. They had an invention day, and I went up and saw some inventions the students have. I need to make some investments. We've got some students up there who are making it happen with the technology, as well as across the district.
Okay.
And we've got a technology team of 5 who go into all the schools that work with the students, the teachers. we've got as much technology going as you can think of. I was looking at some QR codes this morning that our students are working on. And our students are producing different videos. They're doing little webcasts. It's just unbelievable,
Wow.
the Skype that's going on with our students.
Wow. So what about the students who don't have access to Wi-Fi, Doc, at home, what have you?
Okay, now one thing that's we're trying to work in different groups on getting Wi-Fi at home. One thing I like about the Chromebooks, if the student downloads that information at school, they can take it home and they don't have to be connected when they get home.
Wow.
We're going to do some things in the upcoming months to have some sessions for the parents to come in. We're going to talk to the parent and grandparent about this Wi-Fi. Having a hotspot makes it that much more better for every child. But if they don't have the hotspot at home, there are some businesses in town that have the free Wi-Fi. Hello?
That's right.
Take a stop by visit. We've got some students who go by different places and they use that Wi-Fi.
Wow.
But if a student doesn't have Wi-Fi, that does not preclude them from using technology, because all they have to do is download it from school. And our teachers do not assign homework that requires them to have hotspots. So that's not an excuse.
Wow.
Everybody has the technology, and we allow them to use it in schools. As a matter of fact, students are even allowed to use their phones in schools now.
Okay.
It's a new day.
All right, all right. There you have it, Radio Land. No excuses. Dr. Johnson, again, tell me a little bit more about this technology team that you have in place. How often would you say it is required to stay on top of modernizing and updating technology as technology continue to rapidly change?
We check it every day.
Yeah.
Because we go to the schools, we want to make sure, is the technology being used? And our teachers are using the technology. We've got we got a technology director and 4 technology coaches, and they work with every single school in the district. I'm actually part of the team that's getting us future ready.
Okay.
And future ready means, are we using the technology? Are we getting out and making a difference with the technology? And yes, we are. So technology is here to stay, and we've got some people that are pretty much dynamite. They're going to be presenting at the national conference called ITSE for technology. We have people that will be representing Greenwood 50 at that conference. Yes,
wow.
we do.
Well, Dr. Johnson, having said that, what about the demand for teachers to stay on top of technology, to be able to teach with the modernized technology, with everyday change? How are we doing in that category with the teachers?
We're trying our best to make sure we can get as much professional development as possible to our teachers. That's part of what our coaches do. They're showing them different ways to use the technology that we have. We've had about 3 half days this year in which the students come at 1 o'clock that allows our teachers to get the professional development.
Okay.
And in each one of those days we've had professional development activities that allow us to work with teachers on different ways to utilize the technology.
Wow.
And
okay.
again, this is our first year having the Chromebooks, and every year you got a learning process.
That's right.
There's a learning curve.
Okay.
But I've been very impressed with our teachers' ability to go in and use the technology, and you would be surprised that some of the teachers already knew a whole lot more than people may have thought, and they are pretty dynamic in using that technology.
That's great. That's great. Doc, let's continue to talk about it and tell us what else we got on the plate here.
One of the things I'm also proud of is our responsive classroom program. We have a responsive classroom in 4 of our schools, Rice Elementary, Matthews Elementary, Westview Middle, and Brewer Middle Schools.
Okay.
And responsive classroom pretty much works on the social aspect of education, helping students understand that sometimes communicating with each other, respect for one another, can go a long way. And a lot of our schools have something called our morning meetings, in which the students rally with the teacher and do some icebreaker activities that are just unbelievable, get the students excited, fired up about school, and gives them the opportunity to express themselves orally about how they feel, what's going on, and it teaches them to communicate with each other. Sometimes we have problems because we haven't communicated.
That's right.
Another program we're real proud of is something called Transform SC.
Okay.
And that's a partnership between business and schools and industry statewide, in which they're taking a look at how do we teach in the 21st century using new skills.
Okay.
And there's only one district in the state of South Carolina that has vertical alignment of having an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. One district in the whole state.
What district is that, Doc?
Greenwood 50. And what I like about it is Springfield Elementary School, Westview Middle, and Emerald High School are part of this vertical alignment.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And they're presenting in that early rural grant that we received to go to Emerald High School.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty phenomenal, because once the students go to Emerald High School,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to partner with Piedmont Technical College and Lander University, and the program is designed to be an early college which will allow our students to earn college credits
Wow.
prior to graduating
Okay.
from high school. So imagine the students can earn up to 24 college credits, and these credits are free. So if a student is diligent, if they want to go out and take care of business, they can walk across the stage at Emerald High School with college credits in their hand.
Got a caller calling in. Caller, you on there? Talk to us. Yes, sir. Sound like Brother Terry Hawkins Sr. there.
I want to get two rolls out to Dr. Johnson.
All right.
Even though he in the Greenwood Business School District. So he has done some great things since he's been here in School District 50. And I take my hat off to him. That's why I allowed my wife to make him that red velvet cake.
Is that right?
And that was a good cake, and I kind of like to try another one. Let's get that one's gone.
Good things in places where you don't realize it, just like when you came to Greenwood School District 50. Good things came out of you from a man from a small town, Clover, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
But I tell you, my hat's off to you, Doctor.
Thank you. Let me also note that one thing we have to keep in the forefront, the difference in the schools I said earlier, it takes the certified and the classified staff to all care about children. It takes our bus drivers to get them to school safe and on time.
Absolutely.
We need the schools to be nice and clean and invitational when they arrive.
Wow.
We need our people in the cafeteria to make sure they have nice, awesome meals to eat.
I hear you, Doc.
We got our teachers there to teach them. We got our aides there to assist them. We got administrators there to work with them. We got the board there to support them. We got the community there to care about them. And if we all work together, no way we lose. Now, we're not going to be perfect. We're going to all make mistakes. But I try to use the message, the person who tries makes many mistakes, but he never makes the biggest mistake of all, doing nothing.
I heard you talking about your grandmother. And right now, you about to take Pastor Reverend L. Jones out of Deacon, so you about to preach.
Doc, I was just about to say, preach, Dr. Johnson.
No.
Brother Harper, we appreciate you as always for tuning in and listening, but most of all, we appreciate you for calling in, brother. God bless you. We love you. Looking forward to it. Just give me a call. All right, appreciate you. All right. Dr. Johnson text me and wants to know if there are any plans for summer academics program.
I'm glad you asked that.
All right.
Everyone keeps forgetting our budget was cut. Since I've been here, between $3 and $5 million. We lost so much money for our summer programs. We used to offer summer school across the board. Those funds were cut. So we've got summer programs on a limited number across our district. So as far as having the funds to pay for the summer program, the state doesn't provide as much money as they did, but every dollar that we can use for summer activities, we try to have them.
Got a caller in. We'll get back in there. Caller, you on there? Talk to us.
Good evening, Reverend and Dr. Johnson.
Reverend Armfield, how you doing, my friend?
Doing fine. Just getting back in the house off the road.
All right.
Listen, my question to, first of all, I'd like to commend Dr. Johnson for such a great job he's done since he's been superintendent in the district.
Amen.
We continue to pray that he'll continue to do a good job.
Amen.
What a model example, man, to come in and take a school district and take it to highest heights. My concern, my question to Dr. Johnson today, I'm proud graduate of the South Carolina School for the Deaf and the Blind, and I am high on education for blind and vision impaired students. Went from K through 12. I had many opportunities to visit the school for the blind from K through 12 and see how well those students are doing there with technology and education. I just want to know what do school district 50 have in place for its program to assist and educate blind and vision impaired in the public school?
Well, everything that would be put into the IEPs that would be required by the government or the federal standards, we would honor those. But if we've got a student who qualifies to go to the school for the deaf and the blind, most of those students are there. We do have some students who have some situations in which they may have some visual impairments and some they have some hearing loss. We have programs for these students. We have something called an IEP, in which those students would receive those necessary services to meet those ailments that they may have. And those are handled by our psychologists and at each school level on an individual basis with each student. So if there's something that a student qualifies for, we have to honor that and give the student those services at the school site.
Is there anything that the Healthy Eyes Foundation for the Blind Incorporated of South Carolina can do to assist in any way? Let us know.
Okay, thank you. We work real close with the Lions Club, and Miss Phyllis Zolke. She and her team have always been in here since I've been in Greenwood, giving students the eye tests and doing the screens, and they have always been very, very supportive of that. And again, I can't state enough the support that I've received from the community at large. The Greenwood community is really, really supportive of what we do. From the Self Foundation to the Greenwood community groups, it has just been unbelievable the amount of support that we have received since I've been here in Greenwood.
Thank you so much, and I know we would certainly like to partnership with you in any way we possibly can, but we'll be in touch with you in the very, very near future to see how the foundation can partnership to be able to be any help.
Okay, thank you. And anyone that wants to partner with Greenwood School District 50, we've got a young man by the name of Jonathan Graves. He is the voice of Greenwood School District 50. He's the one that puts up all the pictures up on our website. He does our press release. He's the voice and face of Greenwood School District 50. He also handles all of our mentoring programs, all of our partnerships. So if there's someone who'd like to get in contact with Greenwood School District 50, you'd like to partner with us or share some things, become a mentor, a volunteer, just give Jonathan Graves a call or email him at gravesj@gwd50.org. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Reverend Armfield, for listening, tuning in, but most of all, calling in. God bless. All right. Got time for maybe one more caller with Dr. Darrell Johnson. If you're out there and want to call in, quick question or comment, just encourage him. 864-953-2335. Doc, we was talking about the after-school program. We was talking about how the funds got cut.
Yes, sir. And what happens is, if we, right now the state, Governor Haley's giving some more money for some reading initiatives, so we've got some reading programs that are going on right now. We're going back and put back in some teachers into something called Reading Recovery,
Okay.
in which some teachers are working with real small groups of students. And from the reports I got last week, we're seeing a whole lot of gains. So we're trying to put back in as many resources to help students to get to that next level as we can. But by the same token, at our Russell Technology Center, we've got some programs called Biomedical Technology, Project Lead the Way, Culinary Arts, and we got a nursing program that is second to none.
Wow.
So we've got some awesome programs at the Technology Center in which this person could go there and actually attain a pharmacy tech certification right here in Greenwood School District 50.
That's
So
awesome.
the Technology Center has been totally revamped.
That's
We're
awesome.
putting in programs that are going to put students into position to go into the workforce ready to be productive citizens right here in Greenwood 50.
That is awesome. So, Doc, let me make sure now. It's a possibility that a student could have enough college credits to leave out of high school and go into their second year of college?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, probably my fourth year, we had a young lady who graduated from Emerald High School, and through the diligence of her parents and a guidance counselor, she took enough dual credits, so she got a high school credit and a college credit, at Piedmont Technical College that I spoke at Piedmont Tech, and the young lady was awarded an associate degree on Thursday night,
Wow.
and on Friday, I handed her her high school diploma.
Wow.
So it can be done.
Wow.
But it's going to take diligence.
That's right.
It's going to take persistence, and most of all, it's going to take a willingness to do what's best for the child to get them ready for the next level.
That's right.
Because the one thing that every student can get, that can't be taken away, is what my grandmother taught me. Get an education.
Old school.
They
Yes,
can't
sir.
take it from you.
That's right.
And as I told my college professors, I may not have known a lot about Aristotle and Aristophanes, but anything about Peter, James, and John, she made sure I knew. And how did you know it? You had to read it.
That's right.
You had to recite it.
That's right.
What we do in school, we read
That's right.
and we interpret. So there's a lot going on in our school system, it goes back to what happens in the church.
That's right.
And we can't get them in the school. We need our ministers to pray for them.
Right.
We need our parents to pray for them. We need our community to pray for them.
It's a partnership thing. You're exactly right. It's still a partnership thing. But Doc, in closing, let me just say this. I remember when you first came to Greenwood and you and I talked, one of the things that I took from the media conversation we had, and I still use it today, you always used to say, ask one more question. Ask one more question. And it took me a while for that to sink in, but I got it now. You know, sometimes that's part of our problem in communicating. We don't always ask the right question, or we're afraid to just ask that one more question that could make the difference in the total outcome.
Yes, sir. So I'll take one more question after that.
Listen, that's just about our time for the day. We surely appreciate the Dr. Darrell Johnson for taking time out of his tremendously busy schedule to come sharing with us and informing us on what it is that his goal and objectives are moving forward in this year 2016, and certainly thanking him for all that he's done thus far for this district and taking it from where it was to where it is. And we continue to lift him up in prayer and pray that the power of God will rest upon him with his humility as he continues to lead this district to greater heights. Closing remarks, Doc.
Just like to say thanks for the opportunity to be here, and I just ask the parents and the listeners to do us one favor. Not asking any money. I'm asking for your prayer.
Wow.
Pray for our students. Pray for our staff. A lot's going on in the world, and prayer will change things.
All right, that's it. Doesn't get any simpler than that. Next week, we're going to have the First Lady of Greenwood on in the form of Sister Edith Child. She's going to come and tell us about that invite to the White House, to President Obama's inaugural speech. So next week we'll have Sister Edith Child on here. Be with us, listen in an hour from now, this time next Tuesday. I'll be your boy, Pastor Darren L. Jones. We out.
Edith Child, she's one of the Golden Girls.
Is that right?
Yeah, those are one.
Okay.